I wasn't the kind of guy you noticed. Not the first face you'd recognize in a crowd, or the name you'd remember after a group assignment. I existed somewhere in the background of university life, not invisible, just comfortably unremarkable. My name is Toby. Third-year computer science student at Niles State University. I had a tight circle of 2 friends, a beat-up laptop that overheated during video calls, and a routine that rarely changed. Morning lectures, programming projects, evening snacks from the campus suya guy, then back to my room to code or doom scroll. Until Kamsi happened. It was a Wednesday afternoon when I first saw her, the kind of day where heat clings to your skin and the cafeteria smells like half-burnt jollof and disappointment. I was halfway through a watery plate of rice when Obinna nudged me hard enough to almost knock my fork. "Bro," he whispered, eyes locked ahead. "You see that babe by the drink fridge? That's her." "Who?" "Kamsi. TikTok girl. The prank queen of Niles State." I followed his gaze. She wasn't just attractive, she was commanding. Like someone who owned every room she entered, and everyone knew it. Braids tied up in a loose knot, hoop earrings, black crop top, ripped jeans. She moved like she was being filmed, because she probably was. "Why do I care again?" I mumbled. Obinna rolled his eyes. "Because she's viral, that's why. The girl does fake relationship videos, breakup stunts, roommate pranks. Last week she got slapped by a girl for pretending to date her boyfriend. She sounds exhausting." "She's genius," he said. "And single, allegedly." I looked away. Not interested. Girls like that didn't notice guys like me. At least, that's what I thought. Please subscribe, like and comment what you think is going to happen. 2 nights later, I was in my comfort zone, standing in line at the campus suya stand. That familiar scent of grilled meat, pepper, and roasted onions filled the air. I was half listening to music on my phone when a hand grabbed mine. "Babe," a voice squealed. Before I could process it, a soft pair of lips brushed my cheek. I froze. It was her. Kamsi. She was smiling like we were in love, wrapping her arms around me like we'd been together for years. "What the hell?" Then, over her shoulder, I saw them, 2 guys with a mic and phone, filming from behind a stack of crates. A red light blinked from the camera. It was a prank. I was the prank. She whispered quickly, "Just go with it for like 5 seconds, okay?" I said nothing. My brain had short-circuited. She turned to the camera and laughed, caught my boyfriend red-handed buying suya alone. I told him no meat this week. Laughter. People clapped. The camera cut. "Thanks," she said, already walking away with her crew. "You were perfect." And then she was gone. No explanation. No introduction. Just chaos in braids and lip gloss. By morning, it was everywhere. Campus Chronicles, when your man tries to cheat on you with suya. 500k views. 1,200 comments. He looks like he rebooted in real time. Wait, he's kinda fine though. Where did she find him? Obinna laughed until he choked. "You're trending, bro." I didn't find it funny. I felt exposed. Strangers were laughing at my confusion. Girls were deeming me, saying they thought I was cute. Even my lecturer said, "So you're famous now." I wanted to disappear. That afternoon, Kamsi messaged me on Instagram. "Hey, sorry about the prank. You okay? Suya's on me if you're still mad." I left it unread. 2 days later, she sent another message. "I promise I'm not always that chaotic." Can I make it up to you with jollof rice and an actual apology? Curiosity 1. I replied. If there are no cameras, maybe. She met me at the small garden behind the Faculty of Arts. No crew, no MIC, just Kamsi in leggings and a hoodie, carrying 2 takeaway packs. She handed me one. Truce. I raised an eyebrow. What's the catch? No prank, she said. No posts. Just jollof. We sat under a tree. I watched her, wondering how someone so public could be so calm in private. You really didn't know you'd go viral, she asked. I don't even have TikTok. She laughed. You're like a relic. A cute one. I looked away. Heat crawled up my neck. She noticed. You're blushing. Your fault, I muttered. She smiled, then sighed. I spend so much time pretending online, I forget what real feels like. You reminded me. There was something sad in her eyes. A kind of loneliness that didn't match her fame. Then stop pretending, I said. She looked at me for a long second. Or, pretend with someone real. I blinked. What? Let's fake date for content. You and me. The shy guy and the prank queen. It'll go crazy. I shook my head. Kamsi. She leaned closer. Just think about it. And just like that, she'd flipped my world upside down again. It took me 3 days to agree. We met in her dorm lounge and drafted the rules on a whiteboard. 1. It's all content. Nothing personal. 2. We'll act like a real couple for 1 month. 3. No actual feelings. 4. We both approve what gets posted. 5. We end it cleanly, with a scripted breakup. I can't believe I'm doing this, I said, signing the paper. Welcome to chaos, she grinned. Our first date was at a juice bar off campus. Her camera crew stayed low-key. We held hands. She fed me a strawberry from her drink. I made awkward jokes. And people ate it up. Y'all are adorable. If this is fake, I'm deleting TikTok. I've never seen her this soft before. Soon we had couple nicknames. Fan edits. DM requests for story times and Q&As. I was no longer invisible. I was #Tamsigoals. But the weirdest part. Sometimes. I forgot it wasn't real. At first, I kept a mental wall. I told myself it was all for show, the texts, the selfies, the late-night voice notes. But then she started showing up outside of content hours. She brought me puff-puff during my all-nighter. Waited for me outside class, just to walk together. Shared her Spotify playlist, slow songs with heartbreak lyrics. One night, after filming a surprise date skit, we sat outside a closed shop, eating a kara and laughing at nothing. You're not like I expected, I said. Neither are you, she replied. There was silence. Then she reached for my hand, no camera, no director, no script. Just her. And me. Breathing too loud. It was after midnight when she texted. Can't sleep. You up? I video called her. She looked tired, makeup wiped off, hair down. I hate being fake, she said suddenly. All these likes, none of them know me. I know you. She stared. Do you? Better than your followers. She smiled weakly. I think I like who I am when I'm with you. The words hung in the air. Before I could reply, she whispered, Can I come over? My heart slammed. Now? Yeah. 10 minutes later, she was at my door. In pajamas. Holding a blanket. We didn't kiss. Didn't touch. Just lay side by side, eyes open, hearts loud. She whispered, "This part isn't for the camera." Neither was the way I felt when she fell asleep next to me. 2 weeks in, and the pressure mounted. Her manager wanted more drama. The followers wanted the L word. Brands wanted fake intimacy. Everyone wanted more. Kamsi looked drained. "They think we're in love." I hesitated. "Aren't we?" Her eyes met mine. "Are you?" I didn't answer. She looked away. "Then we can't keep going." "What do you mean?" "We scripted this." We agreed. No real feelings. But that was before. She stood. "Then we either end it or go public for real. No in between." I swallowed. "What do you want?" She looked at me, voice shaking. "I don't know." The week after Kamsi gave me that ultimatum, everything spiraled. We stopped filming. No new posts, no collaborations, no public appearances. The fans noticed. Theories flooded TikTok. They broke up, he cheated, she's pregnant, it was fake all along. I kept quiet. So did she. Obina warned me. "Bro, don't let silence become the answer. If you don't speak, someone else will speak for you." He was right. The silence cracked when another creator, a loud, obnoxious guy named Richie Prime, dropped a video titled, "Exposing the Truth About Kamsi and Toby. It was all fake." He claimed to be an insider. Said Kamsi manipulated me. That I was the clueless simp used for engagement. That the entire relationship was an experiment in emotional manipulation. Within 48 hours, the video hit 800K views. Everyone was talking. DMs flooded in, some supportive, most brutal. "How could you let her play you like that? Man up, bro." I knew she was clout chasing. "Toby, you're too soft." But the worst part wasn't the rumors. It was the truth buried inside them. We did start fake. But my feelings, they were real. And that made it hurt even more. I finally saw her again, at a media event for campus creators. We hadn't spoken in 10 days, but our names were still trending together. She wore a navy jumpsuit and red lipstick, perfect, as usual. I wasn't planning to talk to her. But she found me. "Toby," she said, quiet and shaky. "Can we talk?" I followed her outside. The hallway was quiet. She leaned against the wall like she couldn't breathe. "I didn't tell him anything," she said. "Richie. I didn't betray you." "I know," I replied. She looked at me, confused. "You do?" I nodded. "I just needed time." She bit her lip. "I never expected you to feel what you felt. And I didn't expect you to not know what you wanted." She winced. "That's fair." There was a long silence. Then she said, "I still don't know if I want the world to know me in love. But I know I want you to know I was never faking it, not with you." I stared at her. "Then say it." She hesitated. "I love you." It hit like lightning. The hallway didn't exist. The event noise disappeared. There was only her. Kamsi. The prank queen. The content creator. The girl who kissed my cheek as a joke and walked into my soul like she owned it. I kissed her. No script. No audience. Just us. We decided not to post anything yet. Not for the fans. Not for views. We wanted time. Real time. Kamsi stopped posting relationship content completely. She pivoted to vlogs and behind-the-scenes life. The fans noticed the shift. Some left. Some stayed. One night while lying in her bed, she whispered, "I've been afraid that love would make me lose my brand." "And now?" I asked. She shrugged. "Now I think I'd rather lose the brand than lose you." That was the night I told her I loved her, too. Not during a prank. Not on camera. Not through a text. Out loud. Softly. Completely. And for once, there were no views. Just peace. But peace doesn't last long on the internet. Screenshots leaked. Old DMs. A blurry photo of us holding hands in front of my dorm. It went viral. Again. Now the pressure was back. Questions everywhere. So we did something radical. We made a final video. One that answered everything. The camera was set up in her room. No music. No transitions. Just us on her bed, cross-legged and honest. She started, "Hey. This is Kamsi. This is Toby. And this is not content. This is a confession." I spoke next. "Yes, we started fake. Yes, we planned it. Yes, it became real without us even realizing." She nodded. We fought. We paused. We didn't know if it was worth it. But now we do, I added. It is. Then she looked at the camera and said the one line that shut the internet up. "We're not your favorite couple. We're not your story. We're just two people who fell in love when we were supposed to be pretending. And that's not something we want to monetize." She ended the video by turning off the camera with her own hand. And that was it. After that video, we disappeared. Not dramatically. Just, softly. No more staged moments. No updates. We stopped feeding the audience and started feeding ourselves. We took weekend trips to places with bad Wi-Fi. We spent whole days doing nothing. We watched sunsets. Listened to music. Fought over silly things like who used the last toothpaste. It was weird adjusting to a world without comments and likes. But it was beautiful. I remember asking her one day, "Do you miss the attention?" She looked at me and said, "I don't. Because I used to think views were love. Now I know better." Months passed. Kamsi eventually rebranded. She stopped calling herself a creator. Started using her real name on her profile. Launched a mentorship group for girls who wanted to build platforms with integrity. One evening, during one of our long walks, she said something I'll never forget. "I used to think attention was safety. If people were watching, I couldn't disappear. But it was the opposite. I lost myself to be seen." I took her hand. "But you found yourself again." "Yeah," she said, smiling. "In the most unexpected place." I laughed. "You mean in a random guy who just wanted suya and mind peace?" She nodded. "Exactly." We walked in silence for a while. Then she whispered, "I still have the first suya wrapper." I turned to her, wide-eyed. "You kept that?" She grinned. "Of course. It's evidence. Proof that the biggest plot twist of my life started with grilled meat and a confused boy. We never became a power couple. We didn't cash out on couple merch or milk our relationship for brand deals. We lived quietly. Authentically. Sometimes people still recognize us. Some even ask, "So was it all real?" We smile. And let them wonder. Because we don't owe the internet the truth anymore. We already gave them the best part. Each other.